Hey guys, welcome back. I am Ashish and today we'll be continuing with new public management. And first things first, you can download all these PowerPoint presentations. The link for that will be in the description of this video. Also, if you are watching this for the first time, I would request you to stop right now and watch all the previous videos in order, because I would definitely use some definitions which I've already dealt with in previous sessions. The link for my channel and the playlist would be in the description of this video, so go ahead and watch those videos first. So continuing with new public management, as we have already dealt with all these meanings, scope and significance, Wilson's view, evolution of the discipline, new public administration, public choice theory, today we'll be dealing with new public management. So continuing with that, understand something, that public administration as a subject is very dynamic. It's not static, it's a dynamic instrument. Okay, so it keeps changing with changing times. For example, in 1887, when Woodrow Wilson first gave the idea of starting a science of public administration, he was responding to his times. He wanted to purify public administration from the clutches of politicians and all those things. So those were those times, and his call of science of administration was according to those times. Fast forward to late 1960s and early 1970s, there was a call for new public administration, and that was keeping in view those turbulent times. Dwight Waldo gave this call of new public administration, as we have seen in the previous sessions. That was in keeping in touch with those turbulent times. In a similar manner, new public management was a product of early 1990s, so that was during those times. So it is a very dynamic concept. My point of saying it is, public administration is a very dynamic instrument and it keeps changing with times. Right now what we are studying might not be the trend 20 years later, so it might be something else. So it is a very dynamic concept. So keep in mind, whenever you study new public administration or new public management or any concept of public administration as such, keep in mind that those concepts are keeping in touch with those times of those days. So moving ahead, we'll see how new public administration was born. It was, as I said, in early 1990s. It was a secondary invention in public administration. The first was New Public Administration, NPA, of 1960s. NPM was the secondary invention. NPA was the first reinvention. The term new public management was coined by Christopher Hood in 1991. 1991 में क्रिस्टोफर हुड ने ये टर्म बनाया, न्यू पब्लिक मैनेजमेंट. इसके पहले ये टर्म डिड नॉट एग्जिस्ट. There was this book called Reinventing Government by David Osborne and Ted Gabler in 1992. In upcoming slides, we will study about reinventing government in detail, because reinventing government is a very important part of our syllabus. So reinventing government we will study in detail. So keep in mind, in 1992, Osborne and Gabler gave us a book, Reinventing Government. What are the other names of NPM, New Public Management? के दूसरे भी नाम है. We call it as managerialism by Pollitt. Pollitt is a thinker. He calls new public management as managerialism. Osborne and Gabler in their book Reinventing Government, ये जो book Osborne and Gabler ने दी थी, इस book में they call it by different name. They call it by entrepreneurial government. Market based public administration is another name of NPM. So these are different names. So if in exam you encounter any of these words like managerialism, new managerialism, entrepreneurial government, market based public administration, these are nothing but the other names of new public management. Remember this. What were the reasons for emergence of NPM? As I said earlier, it is keeping in touch with those times. So what were the reasons? What was those times that led to the emergence of NPM? It was an era of LPG, liberalization, privatization and globalization. LPG का era था. Neoliberalism was on rise. As we have seen in earlier lectures, if you have not watched those sessions, please go back and watch the previous sessions, because I have discussed neoliberalism in detail in previous sessions. So neoliberalism is nothing but rollback of state. It is concerned with downsizing of government. So I had asked you to remember two big names of neoliberalism. They were Thatcherism of UK and Reaganomics of USA. So Thatcherism of UK and Reaganomics of USA of 1980s. What they did was, Margaret Thatcher of UK did some reforms. She brought some reforms in UK. She privatized almost everything which was government owned, and these are known as neoliberal reforms by Margaret Thatcher. So Thatcherism is a trend of neoliberalism started in UK, and Reaganomics, Ronald Reagan of USA started almost similar reforms in USA, so it is known as Reaganomics. So these are of 1980s, and these were the reasons of emergence of NPM, LPG, neoliberalism, Thatcherism and Reaganomics. ये सब की वजह से NPM as a new concept started. Drawbacks of traditional public administration was another reason. What were the drawbacks of traditional public administration? We have already seen in the sessions of new public administration. To visit them again, bureaucratization. What is bureaucratization? Bureaucrats gain too much power. They adhere to too much rules and principles. You see emphasis on principles and structures. Too much of rules, too much of principles, red tapeism comes into play. So this is nothing but bureaucratization. Positivism also we have dealt in previous sessions. Positivism means too much of adherence to scientific reasons instead of adhering to God and theocracy, which was earlier than positivism. We adhered to scientific formulas and scientific reasons and analysis. This was known as positivism. We have seen this in previous sessions. Other drawback of traditional public administration was it was a closed system. It was not keeping in touch with the society. Society से पूरा out of touch था. It was a closed system. Political interference बहुत ज़्यादा था. Poor quality and higher prices of services. Wasteful expenditure होता था. So these are all the drawbacks of traditional public administration. This was what led to the rise of new public management. Also there was a role of international financial institutions like World Bank, International Monetary Fund, IMF, World Bank, IMF, etc. If you remember in 1991 when India bought loans from IMF, there was this condition attached of liberalizing our economy. So role of financial institutions have a big role to play in the emergence of new public management as such. So these are the reasons of emergence of new public management. Liberalization, privatization and globalization का era आ गया था. Neoliberalism and traditional public administration से थक चुके थे. This is a recurring theme. You will find this in new public administration as well, and in other concepts of new era. In all the other concepts of new era, this is a very recurrent theme that traditional public administration में बहुत drawbacks थे and we need to change them. So basic tenets and themes of new public management we will see now. A synthesis of public administration and the private administration. It was a synthesis of the government activities and the private management. जो public administration जो चल रहा है उसका और private administration का दोनों का synthesis है. It is a synthesis of government and business. It takes what and why from public and how from private administration. How means the methods. The what and why are the objectives and the goals. So objectives and the goals remain the same, but how to achieve them, they take those methods from private administration. So what and why is taken from public administration and how is taken from private administration. It is a synthesis of public and private administration, that is business management. New public management NPM aims at 3 E's: economy, efficiency and effectiveness. Remember this. In answer you can quote this. Any answer about new public management, if you have to write let's say an introduction, you can write this, that new public management aims at 3 E's: economy, efficiency and effectiveness. These are the words by the thinker Pollitt. Pollitt is a thinker, so he gave this. Economy, first E is economy, eradication of waste. Economy means all your transactions of bureaucracy should be aimed at minimizing of waste or eradication of waste. As we saw in previous slide, wasteful expenditure was one of the drawback of traditional public administration. So economy as an goal of new public management aims at eradication of those wasteful expenditures or eradication of waste. Efficiency is another goal of new public management. Streamlining of services, that is efficient बनाओ. सारे services को streamline करो, सारे services को more efficient बनाओ. They should be more effective. Government should be more effective. Specification of objectives to ensure that resources are targeted on problems. So objectives को specify करो. That is how you make your programs and schemes more effective. If you have specified your objectives, if you have some goals to achieve, then it will become more effective, right? So specification of objectives to ensure that resources are targeted on problems. it emphasizes on vital role of market as against state, market as the key regulator of society and economy. So market का रोल को emphasize किया है as the key regulator of society and economy, market के रोल को emphasize किया है as against that of state. As we have already seen, neoliberal era था, neoliberal कॉल क्या थी, रोल बैक ऑफ स्टेट, डाउन साइजिंग ऑफ गवर्नमेंट एंड एवरीथिंग, राइट. सो दिस इज अ वेरी रिकरेंट थीम यू विल सी इन दिस एंटायर सेशन, दैट मार्केट को ज़्यादा एम्फेसाइज किया बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली इट इज़ न्यू पब्लिक मैनेजमेंट, इट एम्फेसाइजेज मोर ऑन द बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट पार्ट एंड लेस ऑन द गवर्नमेंट एस्पेक्ट. सो दिस इज अ रिकरेंट थीम दैट यू विल सी ऑल ओवर दिस सेशन ऑफ न्यू पब्लिक मैनेजमेंट, दैट दे हैव एम्फेसाइज्ड मोर ऑन मार्केट एंड लेस ऑन स्टेट. New public management, now this is very important, new public management has two theoretical bases or two defining pillars. There were something that happened before new public management and new public management build upon those. There are two bases. They say that new public management has two theoretical bases. First one is public choice approach. We have seen this in the previous session. If you have not watched, please go back and watch public choice approach. You will understand all these terms. Institutional pluralism, giving more choice to people, is nothing but public choice approach, right? So how do you give more choice to people? By providing more institutions of goods and services. So institutional pluralism, methodological individualism, I have dealt with all this in public choice approach session, so please go back and watch this. Public choice approach was one of the theoretical basis of new public management. So remember this, it built upon the public choice approach. And another base was neo-Taylorism. Now F.W. Taylor will study in our second module, but to give you a brief idea, Taylor never focused on the state organizations or the public organizations. So neo-Taylorism, neo-Taylorism is nothing but a branch of Taylorism. It is a branch of Taylorism. Taylorism dealt with scientific management and scientific principles. Neo-Taylorism said that enough of scientific management in private administration, now it is time to bring Taylorism in public organizations as well. According to this group, the major reasons for dysfunctionality of public sector is high cost of subsidization of public services, lack of accountability. तो ये जो नियो टेलर्स थे, नियो टेलरिज्म के जो थिंकर्स थे, दे सेड दैट पब्लिक सेक्टर के डिसफंक्शनलिटी के मेजर रीजन्स हैं, एंड दोज रीजन्स आर नथिंग बट सब्सिडाइजेशन ज़्यादा करते हो आप. सो देर इज़ अ हाई कॉस्ट ऑफ सब्सिडाइजिंग ऑफ पब्लिक सर्विसेज, अकाउंटेबिलिटी नहीं है एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर्स की, लैक ऑफ अकाउंटेबिलिटी, एंड पब्लिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर गेट टू रूटीन एंड मेंटेनेंस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. ठीक है, एक रूटीन, एक जो बेसिक रूटीन जो हम करते हैं वो एक रूटीन बन गया है एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पब्लिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में. सो पब्लिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर गेट टू रूटीन एंड मेंटेनेंस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन rather than adapting to dynamics of rapid social change. So society is changing as a whole, so public organizations must also change, and that is why they said that public organizations must adopt Taylorism. Now Taylorism we will study in second module, do not get confused by this. New Taylorism also will study in second module as such, but to give you a basic idea, this is what neo-Taylorism is. When we will study, you will realize that Taylor never emphasized on public organizations as such. F.W. Taylor ने जब scientific management का idea दिया था, he emphasized on his own steel company that he was working in and other private organizations, but he never said to bring his ideas to public organizations. Neo-Taylorism is a branch of Taylorism, and they said that it is high time that we bring Taylor's ideas into public sector, and this is nothing but neo-Taylorism, a new kind of Taylorism. So new public management, remember this, has two theoretical bases. It has two defining pillars. One is public choice approach and another one is neo-Taylorism. Moving ahead, important features of new public management we will see now. We will see 7 important features. First is business administration as the right model of public administration. So as we have already seen, this will be a recurring theme throughout the session. The basic idea of new public management is पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के अंदर बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन लेके आओ, मार्केट को ज़्यादा रोल दो. सो बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज़ द राइट मॉडल ऑफ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज़ वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट फीचर्स ऑफ, एंड इट इज़ द वेरी बेसिक इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर. ओके, अगर आपको इंपॉर्टेंट फीचर लिखना है न्यू पब्लिक मैनेजमेंट का, ये तो होना ही चाहिए दैट दे आस्क्ड फॉर बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन टू बी इनकॉर्पोरेटेड इन द पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन मॉडल. सो दिस इज़ नथिंग न्यू, बट according to Dwight Waldo, if you remember, is new public administration, NPA के पे थिंक करें, राइट. अकॉर्डिंग टू ड्वाइट वाल्डो, बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन इज द राइट मॉडल ऑफ गवर्नमेंटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन. But he just said this in the passing. New public management as a concept did not start with Dwight Waldo. So new public management is influenced by new right philosophy. Now understand something, all these terms, like neoliberal and new right philosophy and positivism, all these terms are dealt with in sociology more detail, but we are not studying sociology, we are studying public administration. So you do not have to go in detail of these terms. What you need to do is just remember the basic idea behind these terms, and what will happen is, if you have to use this in questions in exams, you will have to use it in relation with something else. For example, new right philosophy I have used here in relation with NPM. Okay, so we are not discussing new right philosophy as such, we are discussing new public management. So you have to just grasp the basic idea of new right philosophy or neoliberal or positivism और मॉडर्निज्म और न्यू मॉडर्निज्म. ये जो भी टर्म्स हैं ये सब सोशोलॉजी में डिटेल में आते हैं, पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में ये सब नहीं आते. सो यू जस्ट हैव टू नो द बेसिक आइडिया बिहाइंड न्यू राइट फिलोसफी. बिफोर दैट यू नीड टू नो व्हाट इज लेफ्ट एंड राइट फिलोसफी. व्हाट इज लेफ्ट? इट इज बेसिकली डीलिंग विद मोर ऑफ सोशलिज्म, स्टेट कंट्रोल्ड इकोनॉमी होनी चाहिए. सो मोर ऑफ सोशलिज्म इज नथिंग बट योर लेफ्ट फिलोसफी. राइट philosophy is more of free market philosophy. So new right philosophy is a branch again of that right philosophy, and it basically is very much similar to neoliberal ideas. What was the neoliberal ideas? Rollback of state and downsizing of government, right? New right philosophy says that there should be more of private administration, private enterprises in the market. So this is nothing but your new right philosophy. There are, for example, differences between new right philosophy and neoliberalism. Okay, there are differences, but I am not telling you this because that is not needed for us right now. In exam you will not be asked to differentiate between new right and neoliberalism or positivism. If ever you are asked to comment on these philosophies, it will be in connection to something else, like for positivism in connection to new public administration, or new right philosophy in connection with NPM. So you just have to remember the basic idea behind these, and you do not have to concern with the details of these philosophies. So do not worry about the details, just consider the basic crux of the idea. New right philosophy deals with more of private enterprises in the market. So NPM is obviously influenced by this philosophy, right? ज़्यादा private administration होने चाहिए. So it is a new right philosophy influenced theory which believes in the superiority of the market as the guiding principle of society as a whole. As I said, it believes in superiority of the market as the guiding principle for the society. तो market पे ज़्यादा influence किया है. NPM advocates the incorporation of the established principles of private sector organizations. तो private sector organizations हैं, उनके established principles को use करो. Use the established principles of private sector organizations and market competition in the public sector. Market competition का जो factor है हमने public choice approach में भी देखा था, right? Competition से you increase the quality of goods and services. So incorporate this market competition factor in the public sector. So principles of private sector organizations and market competition should be incorporated in the public sector was the call of new public management. It believes that general management process, principles, skills and techniques are the same for both private and public organizations. Private और public दोनों के लिए ये जो भी process, principles, skills हैं ये दोनों same हैं, सब same हैं. Thus the NPM emphasizes the business management perspective in the functioning of government organizations. Now this is all the same idea. We are actually repeating everything in different words. Basic idea यही है कि market को ज़्यादा बढ़ावा दो is nothing but new public management. Business administration should be adopted by public administration. So this is nothing but the basic idea. We are just seeing this in different words, okay? And it is important for us to see all these different words because in exam you never know what kind of question they ask, right? So it is important that you see all these statements and these phrases for once so that it gets stuck in your mind, right? Accordingly, if public organization can make profits, then profitability is a highly relevant objective. अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस का बेसिक मोटिव होता है मेकिंग प्रॉफिट, मेकिंग गेन्स, बट पब्लिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस का बेसिक मोटिव होता है मेकिंग services available to people, taking care of people, welfare of people. Okay, so what NPM suggests is, if public organization can make profits, ठीक है, अगर पब्लिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने प्रॉफिट्स बनाना शुरू कर दिया, इफ देयर मोटिव बिकम्स गेन्स एंड प्रॉफिट्स, देन प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इज अ हाईली रेलेवेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव इन एडिशन टू सर्विंग पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट. तो पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट तो आप सर्व करो ही करो, यू आर नॉट बीइंग स्टॉप्ड फ्रॉम सर्विंग पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट, you take care of people, provide them welfare, but in meanwhile if you are also making profits on the side, then profitability is a highly relevant objective to provide good quality services. That is what NPM suggests. So public organizations should make profits as one of their objectives. Hence NPM aims at achieving 3 E's: efficiency, economy and effectiveness. If you would remember, traditional public administration did not concern itself with economy, right? So NPM aims at achieving 3 E's, which also involves economy. Profitability का भी एक factor they try to involve. So this is the first important feature. First important feature है business administration as the right model of public administration. Now we'll see the second feature, focus on efficient public management. Now public management should become efficient. This is one of the 3 E's, right? 3 E क्या थे? Economy, efficiency and effectiveness, right? So efficiency is one of the 3 E's of NPM. So obviously one of the important feature would be focus on efficient public management. Public management को और efficient बनाओ. Efficient management of public organizations in providing high quality goods and services. Goods and services की quality को अच्छा करो. Hence it emphasizes professional management on the basis of economic rationality. Now what is rationality? Rational decisions are those decisions which you take after considering all the pros and cons of all the alternatives of a given problem. तो आपके पास अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम है, उसका आप सारे ऑल्टरनेटिव्स चूज कर लो एंड उन ऑल्टरनेटिव्स को फिर आप वे करो. यू वे द प्रोज एंड कॉन्स ऑफ ईच ऑफ दिस ऑल्टरनेटिव्स, एंड जिस किसी भी ऑल्टरनेटिव का प्रोज ज़्यादा है एंड कॉन सबसे कम है, यू चूज दैट ऑब्जेक्टिव. सो दैट इज अ रैशनल डिसीजन. ओके, सो रैशनल डिसीजंस आर बेस्ड ऑन चूजिंग द वन बेस्ट ऑल्टरनेटिव फॉर अ प्रॉब्लम. सो सिमिलरली देयर इज द कंसेप्ट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक रैशनलिटी. सो आप पैसे को उसी तरह यूज करो बाई वेइंग ऑल द प्रोज एंड कॉन्स ऑफ योर इन्वेस्टमेंट. सो दैट इज नथिंग बट इकोनॉमिक रैशनलिटी. सो NPM emphasizes on प्रोफेशनल मैनेजमेंट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इकोनॉमिक रैशनलिटी. तो प्रोफेशनली मैनेज करो चीज़ों को एंड ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इकोनॉमिक रैशनलिटी. इट स्ट्रेसेस द नीड टू इनकलकेट इफेक्टिव एंटरप्रेन्योरियल स्किल्स अपॉन द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लीडर्स. एंटरप्रेन्योरियल स्किल्स एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लीडर्स के पास होने चाहिए. दैट इज द कॉल ऑफ न्यू पब्लिक मैनेजमेंट. मेक द पब्लिक सेक्टर मोर ऑर्गेनाइज्ड टू मीट द चैलेंजेस ऑफ LPG, लिबरलाइजेशन, प्राइवेटाइजेशन एंड ग्लोबलाइजेशन. तो ये LPG का एरा चल रहा है, तो जो चैलेंजेस आ रहे हैं LPG के एरा में, इनको मीट करने के लिए पब्लिक सेक्टर को अच्छे से ऑर्गेनाइज करो. फॉर दिस इट सजेस्ट सर्टेन शिफ्ट्स इन द वे दीज ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस आर ऑर्गेनाइज्ड, एंड दीज शिफ्ट्स इंक्लूड आउटपुट टारगेट्स होने चाहिए. देयर शुड बी प्री डिफाइंड आउटपुट्स. इफ यू रिमेंबर इन ट्रेडिशनल पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, जो पुराना टाइप का पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन होता था, दे डिड नॉट डिफाइन आउटपुट टारगेट्स, दे डिफाइंड द रूल्स एंड प्रिंसिपल्स. दे सेड दैट यू स्टिक टू these rules and principles and that is how you will achieve efficiency and effectiveness. But NPM says that there should be outputs, there should be outcomes, there should be targets and goals to achieve. Okay, अगर आप ये targets and output targets अगर आप रखते हो, then only you can meet the challenges of LPG. This is the shift they suggest. They suggest that there should be shift in the outlook of organizations, and this is one of those shifts. Output targets, limited term contracts, the contracts that are there, they should be based on short term instead of long term, because long term ko you cannot monitor it very effectively. To monitor something very effectively, the contracts and the goal should be short term, so that you can see that okay, this was to be achieved in 2 years and this has been achieved in 2 years. Okay, so this is good. So limited term contracts should be there, is one of the other shift they ask. Monetary incentives to increase performance. If you are performing good, you should give monetary incentives, you should get rewards. Okay, so rewards or monetary incentives to increased performance. So that is how you motivate people. So this is one of other things that NPM suggests, that अगर perform अच्छा कर रहे हो तो there should be monetary incentives, there should be freedom to managers to manage, there should be less of interference from politicians, from other things. So there should be freedoms to managers to manage. It favors not only raising governmental performance, सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट की परफॉर्मेंस मत बढ़ाओ. It favors not only raising government performance but also rigorous performance appraisal. सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट की परफॉर्मेंस मत बढ़ाओ, you also appraise the performance of the individuals rigorously. Rigorous performance appraisal and measurement of individuals and organizations. So आप rigorous performance appraisal करो. Why? Because rewards including pay structures are based on fulfillment of performance target. If you have achieved target, if you have increased performance, then you should get rewards. We saw that in the previous point, right? We saw it here. Monetary incentives to increased performance. It is the same thing, that आप performance को rigorously appraise करो. That should be rigorous performance appraisal, so that those who are performing better, those who are performing good, will get rewards, will get monetary incentives on fulfillment of their performance targets. So this is the second feature of NPM, that they focus on efficient public management. This is how you make public management efficient, is the call for NPM. On the third feature, there should be managerial autonomy. There should be freedom to managers. NPM lays emphasis on increasing managerial autonomy. It gives them the necessary freedom to manage their resources, to achieve high quality standards of service and increase client satisfaction. तो आप इनको freedom दो to achieve all this. If you give them freedom, then they can manage their resources more efficiently, and we can achieve more client satisfaction and high quality of standards of service. So give them freedom to do all these things. The people are redefined as active customers and not just passive recipients. This was also a theme in New Public Administration. If you remember, they asked to consider citizens as clients, and in New Public Management they are asking citizens to consider as customers. So people are redefined as active customers and not just passive recipients. However, the public service has been made more open, more visible and more consultative. Thus NPM is more open-ended now. This is the concept of managerial autonomy. This is the third important feature of NPM. Fourth important feature is managers should be policy sensitive. They should be thoughtful. They should be caring about the money that they are spending in policies. So if they have to cut down the cost, or they have to increase the budget, they should be sensitive to these changes. So managers should be policy sensitive is the fourth feature or fourth important call given by NPM. Fourth feature is managers should be policy sensitive. NPM emphasizes the development of policy sensitivity. They should be flexible enough to explore alternatives to make PubAd more cost effective. As I already said, they should be flexible enough to explore alternatives. बाकी सारे alternatives भी उन्हें दिखने चाहिए to make the PubAd more cost effective. That is to do more and better with less of expenditure. Expenditure कम करो and do more and do better. So that is to do more and better with less of expenditure. It aims at cost cutting and reducing public expenditure. So as we have already seen in our previous slides and our previous points, के वेस्टफुल एक्सपेंडिचर को कम करना है. 3 E's क्या थे एनपीएम के? एफिशिएंसी, इकोनॉमी एंड इफेक्टिवनेस. इकोनॉमी वाला क्या था? वी हैव टू रिड्यूस द वेस्ट, वी हैव टू रिड्यूस द वेस्टफुल एक्सपेंडिचर. सो इट एम्स एट कॉस्ट कटिंग एंड रिड्यूसिंग पब्लिक एक्सपेंडिचर. इट्स मोटो इज वैल्यू फॉर मनी. Moving on to our next feature, which is limited and entrepreneurial role of PubAd, which is nothing but better governance. Limited role of PubAd. What is limited role of PubAd? It is a recurring theme that it is a neoliberal era and there is a call for rollback of state, downsizing of government, right? So there should be limited role of PubAd and entrepreneurial role of PubAd also. Entrepreneurial role of PubAd means what? Nothing but again बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन और मार्केट पॉलिसीज को इनकॉर्पोरेट करो. लिमिटेड एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरियल रोल ऑफ पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन विच विल रिजल्ट इन better governance. This is the fifth important feature of NPM. NPM aims at limited role of government, downsizing of bureaucracy. This is nothing but neoliberal call. If you remember correctly, NPM aims at limited role of government and downsizing of bureaucracy. It calls for retreat of the state. State को roll back करो, retreat of the state, and argues for deregulation, privatization and contract management. तो ये सब से आप private entities को अंदर लेके आओ. Bring competition, bring private entities inside and roll back the state. So this is nothing but limited role of PubAd. It also aims at entrepreneurial role of public administration. It emphasizes market driven management. Entrepreneurial role मतलब market driven management पे emphasize किया है, which is receptive to competition. अगर market अंदर आएगा तो competition भी आएगा, and if competition comes, quality of goods and services will improve. So this is what nothing but market management, receptive to competition. It uses quasi market and contracting out. Quasi market क्या होता है? Quasi market is something which is between your state governments and free market. So it has the gains of free market and also does not lose your social equity concept. So the focus on society is not lost, as well as your gains and profits of free market is also there. It is between free market and state governments. It uses the NPM uses the quasi market and contracting out to foster competition within and between public sector organization. तो अगर competition बढ़ाना है within organizations and between organizations, अगर competition बढ़ाना है, use these techniques of quasi market and contracting out. This is nothing but the feature of NPM. This is what NPM calls for. In the words of Osborne and Gebler, we don't need more governments, we need better government. To be more precise, we need better governance. Okay, तो ये good governance का concept हो गया. We don't need more governments, we need better government and we need better governance. तो more governments means does not mean 1 or 2 or 3 governments. We don't need more governments. इसका मतलब है we don't need more interference by government in any more of the sectors of economy. सब कुछ government owned नहीं होना चाहिए. There should be better governance. Governance is the act of collectively solving our problems. Government is the instrument we use. The instrument is outdated and it is time to remake it. Osborne and Gebler, if you remember, they are the authors of Reinventing Government. We'll see that in our future slides. So they said that we need better governance and government right now is outdated and it is high time we remake it. This is the call of NPM. Sixth feature that we are seeing, sixth important feature is structural adjustments. How structural adjustments? Hierarchies and structures are flattened. If you remember, traditional public administration was hierarchy driven. It had a top down approach, it had a pyramid approach. ठीक है? So what NPM says is we should do away with all those hierarchies and we should flatten those hierarchies. We should flatten those structures. So hierarchies and structures are flattened in NPM. Structurally, the preferred model of administrative system is clusters rather than pyramids. Pyramids, we have seen that in traditional public administration in old times, what all the thinkers suggested was hierarchy driven model, right? Top down approach model. That is nothing but pyramid approach. Top में CEO होगा, उसके नीचे बाकी सारे होंगे, and the lower most strata, the lower most employees would find it very difficult to talk to the CEO or reach out to the CEO. That is nothing but pyramid approach, the hierarchical approach. एक hierarchy होती है, we have to follow that. NPM on the other hand suggests that there should be clusters approach. Clusters means there are various groups of people, there are various clusters, so to say, which work to achieve some goals, and these various clusters are interlinked with one another. And there are minimum levels of hierarchy. ये जो level of hierarchy होती है उसको reduce करके it is the minimum number of hierarchies, minimum number of levels that are required. So we have done away with the pyramid approach, we have the minimum number of hierarchies, and we have the cluster approach. That is what NPM suggests we do. In this system, autonomous agencies are linked to parent department on the basis of contracts. As we have already seen, there should be short term contracts. So now we see why short term contracts. The autonomous agencies जो हैं, जो private market entities हैं, which are not owned by government, so these autonomous agencies are linked to parent department of the government. So जो parent department of the government है, that will be linked to these autonomous agencies on the basis of contracts. And as we have seen in our previous slide, NPM also calls for short term contracts. So this is nothing but structural adjustments that are envisaged by NPM. NPM therefore favors reducing central agency controls. That is meaning what? Decentralization. NPM favors decentralization. It reduces the centralization. The seventh important feature is people dimension. Now remember, people dimension here does not mean citizens. This people is the people within the organization. Now NPM is also concerned with citizens, as we have already seen in our previous slides that they should be considered as active customers, right? So they are considered with people, and also one of the defining pillars of NPM is public choice approach. NPM is built upon public choice approach, so they obviously care about citizens. But this feature that we are talking about in this seventh feature, people dimension, this is not the citizens, but these are the people of the organizations. So NPM has a people dimension. It is not just a set of technical measures, it gives importance to human factor in organizations. तो सिर्फ प्राइवेट मैनेजमेंट के टेक्निकल मेजर्स ही नहीं अडॉप्ट कर रहे हैं, इट ऑल्सो गिव्स एम्फेसिस ऑन ह्यूमन फैक्टर इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस. द पब्लिक मैनेजर मस्ट बी प्राइमरली कंसर्न्ड विद मैनेजिंग पीपल. पब्लिक मैनेजर का सबसे पहला काम होना चाहिए, प्राइमरी ऑब्जेक्टिव होना चाहिए, मैनेजिंग पीपल. ही कैन परफॉर्म हिज जॉब मोर इफेक्टिवली बाय ऑब्टेनिंग द बेस्ट पॉसिबल सबऑर्डिनेट्स. तो उसका काम सबसे अच्छा कब होगा? व्हेन ही हैज़ द बेस्ट पॉसिबल सबऑर्डिनेट्स. एंड हाउ विल ही गेट बेस्ट पॉसिबल सबऑर्डिनेट्स? थ्रू प्रॉपर प्लानिंग, सिलेक्शन एंड ट्रेनिंग. बेसिकली पब्लिक मैनेजर का प्राइमरी कंसर्न है मैनेजिंग पीपल. सो इन मैनेजिंग पीपल ही डज अ प्रॉपर प्लानिंग, सिलेक्शन एंड ट्रेनिंग ऑफ पीपल. द ट्रेन्ड सबऑर्डिनेट शुड बी अलाउड इन मेकिंग डिसीजंस. तो जो ट्रेन्ड सबऑर्डिनेट्स हैं उनको भी एक लेवल ऑफ ऑटोनॉमी देनी चाहिए इन मेकिंग डिसीजंस. सो द ट्रेन्ड सबऑर्डिनेट शुड बी अलाउड इन मेकिंग decisions. This is nothing but the people dimension of NPM. So we have seen the 7 important features of NPM. If you can quote even 4 or 5 of them in exam, your answer will become really very good. So now we'll come to reinventing government concept of Osborne and Gabler.